Thank you for checking out the Artist Support Grants. My name is Liz Fitzgerald. I use the pronouns she and her, and I will use this slideshow to walk you through the program requirements, eligibility, and application details to help you as you prepare your application. Artist support grants were created to provide direct support to individual artists during and following the COVID-19 pandemic. This initiative will fund professional and artistic development for emerging and established artists to enhance their skills and abilities to create work and to improve their business operations and capacity to bring their work to new audiences. You may be familiar with the Regional Artist Project Grant that we have offered in the past. The North Carolina Arts Council has reestablished that as the Artist Support Grant for this year to better serve all artists in North Carolina. ASC is hosting the call for Mecklenburg County, along with the Arts Councils in Cabarrus, Cleveland, Gaston, Rowan, and the Arts Council of Lincoln County. Creative individuals and artist collectives who live in one of our participating counties are eligible to apply. If you live in Mecklenburg, Cleveland, Gaston, Lincoln, Mecklenburg, or Rowan, the Arts and Science Council will be hosting your call. If you live in a county outside of these in North Carolina, be sure to visit the North Carolina Arts Council website to learn who your regional contact is. Visual, craft, performing, traditional, literary, film, and interdisciplinary artists are all welcome to apply. We are looking for both new and established artists who are 18 years or older and are not currently in a degree granting program. This program was designed for adult non-students. If you have received another grant for this fiscal year from the North Carolina Arts Council, you will not be eligible through the Artist Support Grant process. There are some exciting changes with the Artist Support Grant Awards that we will be offering. You may request up to $2,000 of support focused on a particular goal. That can be the completion or presentation of a new work. That includes costs for equipment and supplies, perhaps rehearsal space or studio space. You can apply for projects that will help you with your career promotion. As everyone is transitioning to the virtual platforms and socially distanced norms in our creative practices, projects aimed at advertising your work or demonstrating your skill level on websites, portfolios, audiovisual documentation, and online presentations are all welcome as a project for the Artist Support Grant this year. We will continue to also support training and travel costs for folks who are looking for professional development opportunities. These can include costs to attend a class or workshop and projects that will help develop your skill level or professional development. A master class that is taught either online or by traveling to a location to meet with a mentor in your area. What's unique this year is that up to 50% of your requests may be for your personal artist fees. No match is required when applying for the Artist Support Award. There are several components to the application. The first components are really gathering information about who you are, how to contact you, and what your creative practice is. This includes basic contact information, the completion of a W-9 form, demographic information, which helps us to ensure that we are supporting artists of all disciplines and artists from all backgrounds who apply for support. We ask you to submit a career statement, and this career statement really serves as evidence of your commitment to your career as a practicing artist. We know not all artists who apply are earning all of their living through their creative craft, and your career statement really gives you the chance to speak to why this is an important component of your professional development. We ask each applicant to submit their resume or CV outlining your particular experiences and development as an artist. This may be different from the resume or CV you use for non-artistic related careers. We ask you to specify the expert discipline that you work in, and we know that several creatives work across different disciplines. As you're selecting your expert discipline, choose the discipline that best represents who you would want to review your application to determine your competitiveness and eligibility. If you work in both visual arts as well as in film media, determine which of those expertises will help you to grow. We also ask you to determine if you are an emerging artist or an established artist. This is self-defined, but generally, if you have been established in your artistic practice for 10 years or more, you're going to be an established artist. If you are still developing in your craft and have fewer than 10 years of experience, you will most likely select emerging artist. The second part of the application will ask for the specifics about the project you are asking funding for. The first component will be to give us a title for your project. Your title is not meant to be a creative title as much as it is a description of how you will use the funds if you are awarded the Artist Support Grant. You will provide us a project narrative that really emphasizes how this project will help advance your artistic growth. What is it that you will do with the funds, and how does that investment of your time and resources help you to take your career to the next level? New to the application this year is the request for a budget. Within the budget, you will determine what are the costs related to the project you are submitting, including your own fees as an artist and the time that you spend on the project, if that is appropriate. We are welcoming applications for any projects that will be completed between January 1st and June 30th of 2021. We cannot pay for costs that have been incurred before that time period. The key component to the application is, of course, the compelling work that you do as a creative individual. Work samples are weighted twice as much in the scoring rubric for all applications for the Artist Support Grant. There are different requirements for work samples depending on the discipline that you are in. Dance and performing arts artists can provide up to 3 recorded performances. Those videos of your performances should not exceed a total of 10 minutes. Musicians can provide up to 3 recorded performances, whether those be live performances or recordings produced in a studio. That audio or video that you provide us, again, should not exceed a total of 10 minutes. For both performing arts and musicians, your samples, your recordings should be embedded as links in your work sample list. For writers, be it fiction, creative nonfiction, and playwrights, poets, you may submit no more than 12 pages of 1 or 2 manuscripts for the panel to review. Poets may submit between 5 to 7 poems for the panel to review. If you are a playwright and you have a recording of your performances, you may also include that video. It should not exceed 5 minutes in addition to the pages of your script. For visual artists and those in craft arts, up to 15 images of your work may be submitted for the panel to review and understand the breadth and depth of your work. If you have time-based work, you may document that through video, but again, that video should not exceed more than 5 minutes in total. For film and media artists, please provide us with 1 or more of your completed films. Each clip should not be more than 5 minutes, and a total of 10 minutes is appropriate. No matter which category you're in, we will ask you to submit a work sample list. In the listing, you will give particular descriptions about your role in the creation of each sample that you provide. Make sure the sample list corresponds to the order in which you are uploading your work samples. The grant panelists for the Artist Support Grants are local creative professionals from across the different disciplines. They are charged with evaluating your overall excellence as exemplified in your work samples and resume, the feasibility of your proposed project as exemplified in your project budget and in your narrative about your plans for executing the project, and the contribution of the proposed project to the advancement of your professional career. They will assess this in reading your career statement and the project narrative. We hope that you will be successful in your application, but we know that this will be a competitive process. All applications must be submitted in the online application system provided on the Arts and Science Council website. Late applications will not be accepted, so please pay close attention to the application deadline. We encourage you to have others read your application, and within the application system, you will find an opportunity to email a draft of the application to others so that they can give you feedback before you submit your application. Each county participating in our call will have a representative available to preview your application and provide feedback if it is sent to them at least 1 week in advance of the application deadline. The contacts for each county partner are available on the Artist Support Grant website. I encourage you to focus on a single purpose or career goal in your application to have the strongest, most compelling opportunity to convince the panel that they should support your request. Do make sure that you showcase your artistic best in your work samples and in providing a complete and well-crafted application. We look forward to receiving your application and encourage you to continue growing in all the ways that you give to make our region a great place to live. Thank you.